everybody, how you doing? It's John Brewer here with the residential chop. And when I say chop, there's a great phrase that the kids use nowadays called chopping it up. That's when you're just hanging out with your buddies and chopping it up, man, talking about things and analyzing them from all different ways, just reminiscing and going through stuff. So I love that. We call it the residential chop. So we're going to chop it up today. Yesterday was excited to attend a real estate roundtable. Miss Christina Morrison, commercial realtor, local commercial realtor here in Delray Beach, put it together with the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce, and Mr. Steve Weissman from the Tax Appraiser of Palm Beach County was there, and boy was it interesting. It was interesting in a lot of ways, and I took some pictures of some of the slides. I'm just going to go through it. It's a little wonky, so if you're not into residential real estate or you're not curious about the real estate market, and let's be honest, who isn't really in Delray Beach? I mean, we are a super hot market within a super hot market within a super hot market. And what I mean by that is, as we all know, the state of Florida is one of the hotter markets in the country right now, the Southeast in general, but especially Florida is one of the hottest markets. Palm Beach County is one of the hottest markets within the state of Florida. Matter of fact, I recently read about how mortgages are at a 22-year low and things are slowing down. And a very well-respected realtor stood up and basically said they're not seeing it in Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County, think of it as its own little entity. And then when you go inside of Palm Beach County and you look at Delray Beach is one of the hottest markets within Palm Beach County, which is one of the hottest markets in Florida, which is one of the hottest markets in the United States right now. So it's that's kind of give you an idea. So Mr. Weissman put up a property valuation update for 2022, and we're going to chop up some of these numbers right now. So in 2022, Palm Beach County, by the numbers, market value $387 billion. Taxable value is $252 billion. The net new construction right now is $4 billion. The percentage increase, taxable value right now, year over year, 13.55%. Now that number is actually going up, and Steve was like, any given day it just keeps ticking up. He says we're probably in 14, and we could go as high as 16 at some point. Total parcel count 650,420, and total tangible accounts 58,815. The top 10 tangible accounts, these are taxable accounts. By far, the number one tangible account is Florida Power and Light, followed by Comcast, followed by AT&T, followed by Florida Public Utilities, and it goes on from there. But what we want to talk about is, this is interesting. Palm Beach County just overtook Broward County as number 2 for the highest in the state, for the highest values. So Broward, their total market value right now in Broward is $363 million. So if you took all the property and valued it, you're looking at around $363 million. In Palm Beach, the total market value is $387 billion. So $363 billion for Broward. And you're talking about Fort Lauderdale. You're talking about an area that's, I believe, a lot denser than we are. They have more population. And looking at these numbers, you can see that we just passed that. I think that's pretty amazing. And of course, we all know who number one is. Number one is Miami-Dade County. So Delray Beach by the numbers. Now we did Palm Beach County. Now we're gonna go into Delray Beach. We're gonna get a little smaller. Total market values here are $20 billion, $390,078,200. If you put all the market value of everything, property, vacant land, residential, commercial properties, let's call it $20.4 billion. The total taxable value on that is $14.2 billion. The net new construction going on right now is $277 million worth of construction. The percentage increase of taxable value is 13.39%. The total parcel count is 32,897, and the total tangible accounts is 3,008. The tangible market value right now is $215 million. $541,961. Tangible taxable income, $175,273,000. Tangible taxable value, rather, not income. Tangible taxable value, $175,273,338. Let's see here. All right, so on this next slide here, you're going to notice 2014 to 2022 market and taxable value. So the blue line is the market value. The blue line that goes like a hockey stick up like that, that is the market value, and then the taxable value is below it, not quite as severe of a hockey stick, but nonetheless. So, I mean, we're looking at, I mean, not 8 years ago, we were talking about $138 billion in taxable value, and that number has now basically almost doubled in less than 7 years. And if you look at the actual market value, it has doubled, and then some. So that is an interesting number. I'm just going to stay here for a while, let you guys digest this. This has been quite a ride. And when we look at the, let's see, when we look at the, here you go. So residential single-family sales prices. Let's take a look at these for a second. In 2016, the median price, now those who remember math, and if you're a realtor, this is one of those things you get on the test. Median means if you've got 13 properties, it's going to be number 7. You know, if you got an even number, then it's going to be in between. If it's 12, it's going to be, you know, between 6 and 7, right? So that's the median price. You just take that median. What that does is it kind of helps from skewing. If you've got one really high house, that's going to kind of skew the numbers one way, or one really low price is going to skew the numbers the other. So median is a good thing to use. So the median price is $335,000. This was in 2016. And if you guys go back and look at some of the videos I did, I remember when I was counting, when I first started my career in real estate, I was counting the $1 million homes that were here in the Lake Ida area where I live on 13th Street, but basically all the surrounding area. And I believe there were 14, and we kind of made a big deal out of that. And I think almost every plot of land now is pretty much worth $1 million, if not damn close to it. And that's no hyperbole. That is for real, for real. Till 2017, we creeped up $15,000 percentage-wise, 4.5%. 2018, it was a little cooling off, 3.6%, and that's kind of normal. You know, cost of living is 3%. I do a lot of commercial leases. And the standard number that's usually built in is a 3% escalation to keep up with inflation, 3% every year. That's usually what the number is. So everything seems pretty much in line here. And then 2020 happens. 2020, the average home cost, the median home cost is $420,000. Save your marijuana jokes, $420,000. 2020, and then the sales count is also up. There's a lot more volume. And then 12%. So 12% now. And now consider also with that volume, there's less inventory, right? Anybody who took an Econ 101 understands there's scarcity of product, the price goes up. And that's kind of what we're dealing with right now, especially here in Palm Beach, especially Delray Beach. You've got not that many listings and a lot of people looking. So even though interest rates are going up and there's a lot of quote-unquote headwinds, you've also got a lot of people with a lot of cash that are willing to pay a little more because there's not that much of it. You know, that if there's that one dress that everybody wants, then you're going to get a better price for it. Same thing with some of the homes here right now. So there we are. 2020, we start to see the COVID bump there. 12% rise, change from 19 to 20. 420 is the number, and then things start really getting interesting. 2021, $509,000. Now we're over $500,000 for the median home, just the average, the middle home. If you've got 10,000 above, 10,000 below, that median home is $509,000. Sales are up 22,293, and I'm imagining about the same inventory, maybe even a little less. So supply and demand, you know how that works. 21.2% increase. And now we're halfway through 2022, almost halfway through 2022, and the median home price has gone up 10%. and we still have a half a year to go here. $559,450. So there you go. 2016 to 2022 residential medium sales price increases year over year. New construction, we're going to take a look at that. So new construction or unincorporated Palm Beach County, which I did not know this, but really the demand for unincorporated is pretty high right now. $1.2 billion worth. Boca Raton came in second with $308 million. Palm Beach came next with $256 million. Palm Beach Gardens, $211, and Delray Beach at $193. And then Westlake, which, if you guys don't know, Westlake is obviously west, but it's kind of a new development. I actually know a couple of police officers that are moving out there right now. Affordable housing, it seems. It seems like they're dropping a lot of homes right now. So you've got a city that's pretty much starting to form right before our very eyes out west there by Loxahatchee. And they obviously have a lot of new construction residential. And when we put these numbers all together, you're talking about $2.8 billion worth of new construction that's being built right now in the Palm Beach County area. We had one of the record sales. We're here in Delray Beach, 855 South Ocean Boulevard. Home was built in 2008, 15,478 square foot, 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2 half baths, which I guess 1 bath, 1.35 acre lot. October 20 of 21, sold for $34 million. Now, like it was explained by Mr. Weissman, don't get your pom-poms out just yet, because there were a number of sales in Palm Beach County that went for over $100 million. So that gives you an idea of the people and the type of money that's coming here right now. Now we look at plan for future uses, future townhomes. For the land only, we had some record sales as well. 354 Southeast 5th Avenue. This is downtown Delray and Barrier Island land planned for future townhouses. If you guys know, Stom Development is one of the guys that's come in here pretty strong and is building a number right on George Bush. He's got 2 of the projects going on right there right now. 354 Southeast 5th Avenue, September 2021. 8 townhomes, works out to about $428,000 a unit. So when you hear that, you got to imagine at least 4 times that, 5 times that is what these units are going to be. They have to go for in order to make the prices work for the developers. So 605 Northeast 2nd Street, November 2021, 8 townhomes, $400,000 a unit. 1236 George Bush, that might be the Parliament Inn. If not, it's across. Yeah, that's the one, Parliament Inn. 708, $708,000 is what, $708,000 per unit is what it's working out to. 816 Palm Trail, which I believe is also them. May 12th, 11 townhomes, $663,000 a unit. That's just costing it out basically with the land acquisition. 1201 George Bush. 4 units, $525,000. I believe that's the one across the street from there. So I think 3 of those may be Stom Development, or at least 2 of those I'm pretty sure are. Anyway, I'm sure I've got some realtors watching. Maybe you want to chime in there. So what happens when a property sells? Let's take, for instance, that was actually, I think, Steve's house. So if you want to look it up on the Papa, which if you guys don't know, it's actually a great place to check. If you're looking for values on homes, it's Papa. You can just Google it. It'll come up. All your taxable values are there. It's if you're a realtor, you kind of live on that space. I usually, when I'm going through homes, I've got Google Earth, I've got Papa and Sunbiz Corp when I'm doing commercial to kind of find out who the players are. It's kind of the way you do your detective work as a realtor. 2022 market value, for instance, $253,000. Your capped value is $143,000. Your homestead value is $50,000. That gives you your taxable value, and then you get your estimated taxes for the year. Now, if you are not claiming homestead, you do not qualify for that capped value. So your value is not $143,000; it's actually $202,890. If this is this particular home at this home, and then the estimated tax is actually double. So you're going to find a lot of people that moved here and bought a second home, or keeping their homestead, or they're not homesteading their home here, or they forgot to homestead their home here. They are going to basically be paying double taxes. So you're going to be seeing some real interesting situations. And actually part of this meeting was kind of preparing realtors on how to go get ahead of this and go tell your people that you sold a house to that, hey, listen, get ready. This is what's coming down the pike right now. So I thought this was very interesting. I'm not an expert on this. I'm sure a lot of realtors can chime in and differentiate what I'm saying here. Please do, because this is for everybody who's watching this, to give them a little inside baseball here. So you can do portability. I thought this was interesting. So if you are moving within the state of Florida, you got to be within the state of Florida. If you are moving from one home to another, your values are portable. So portability example. Let's say, for instance, you bought that house at $252,890. Your property sold. The assessed value is $143,665. And then the value to port becomes $109,225. Property purchase market value to port $109. Property purchased assessed value. So that gives you an idea of how the numbers work. And there's also on that PAPA site a very handy tax calculator that you can use. I recommend realtors use those. There's a very good explanation on how these numbers work. We were kind of going through these pretty quick, but I'm definitely going to go back and take a look at that and understand it in a little more detail. But it's explained right there. So definitely go there, PAPA, wealth of information. They've got a calculator there for you to take a look at. So there's some of the numbers right now. If you're like me, you're kind of going, wow. I mean, where I live in Lake Ida, our value has doubled. So even though we're not selling, I had this discussion with somebody. It's kind of like being rich on paper, right? I mean, it's like, oh, I own 500 Apple stocks, so I'm a rich man. Well, not really, not until you sell the stocks, because any day the market opens, theoretically, that stock could go down to zero. So we're being taxed on values that are not realized yet. I mean, it's obviously, if you sold your home, you could probably get that for it. So you're going to see a lot of people are going to be getting pinched coming up. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward. I'd love to hear your opinions. Go ahead and say what you need to say. Correct me, direct me. Just don't expect me to go along with it necessarily. I don't know. Anyway, everybody have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you soon. John Brewer here signing off. You got any real estate needs, commercial, residential, give me a call, 561-573-7333.